Good morning, good afternoon, guys. So, we're doing an example on how do we calculate the volume of a cylinder. We're given in a cylinder here. It has a diameter of 8 centimeters and a height of 10.6 centimeters, right? So we're asked to calculate volume and surface area of it. So before we start with volume, we need to change this diameter into a radius. So we need radius from this diameter. How do you find radius from diameter? Radius is equal to half of diameter. So I just need to take half of the diameter and that will be the radius. So what is half of 8? That is just 4 centimeters. So that is my radius. One job done. So number one, the volume of the cylinder, by the way, it's a closed cylinder, closed on both sides. The volume of the cylinder is equal to pi r squared multiplied by the height, right? Then you just substitute pi, my r, I just found it, it's 4 centimeters. I square it, don't forget to square that, guys. Then my height is 10.6. Then what I do from here, just take out my calculator, pi 4 squared. That gives me 532.8 centimeters cubed, because it's a volume. It's a volume figure, right? So number two, surface area. Is equal to, remember what a surface area of a closed full cylinder looks like. It's 2 pi r squared, the top circle and the bottom one, that's the 2 pi r squared, plus 2 pi r h. And so this is this piece of the cylinder. So if you take out the top circle and the bottom circle, you'll just have this this part of the cylinder, right? So when you open it up, that's how it looks when you're calculating the area, right? So now you just substitute. You have 2 pi, the radius is 4, you square it, plus 2 pi, the radius is 4, and you multiply it by the height, 10.6. So what do we get? 2 pi you get 366.9 centimeters squared. And that's it. So let me just run you through it again. So here, this specific example of the cylinder, we were given diameter. So you need to move from diameter to radius, and this is how you move. You see, half of the diameter will give you the radius. So half of 8 will give me 4, right? Then you can start by solving volume. Volume is pi r squared times the height. So I substitute 4 for my radius, I square it, then I multiply with the height. And the result is 532.8 centimeters cubed. Cubic centimeters. It's volume, right? Surface area, on the other hand, of a closed cylinder, this is a closed full cylinder, is 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, right? Substitute 4 for my r, substitute 4 for my r, and then over there I substitute 10.6 for the h. Multiply that through and add, obviously, you get 366.9. So that is how you calculate volume of that cylinder. Let's take the second example. So example 2, let's see what we're given here. Oh, there we go. What is my height? My height is 5 centimeters. What is my radius? We're not given radius again, but we're given diameter. 90 millimeters. Alright, so it's pretty much like the first example. The only trick is that we need to convert because we don't have the same unit. So what I prefer is I prefer going to the centimeters. You could take this to meters, millimeters, that would work too. So I'll take this one, first change it to radius, then convert that radius into a centimeter radius. So let's do that. So I have diameter, which is 90 millimeters. So radius will be half of 90, which is just 45 millimeters. So let's convert that. If I'm trying to move from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, what do? I need to always divide. So if I'm moving from smaller unit to bigger, then I divide. Therefore, divide, right? So I say the 45 divided by 10. Why 10? Because I know there's 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter. So I divide by 10. So 10 is the factor. Divide by the factor, what do I get? I get 4.5 centimeters. That's my radius. Right? We're going to use that radius. So number one, volume is equal to pi r squared times height. Remember, you just substitute 4.5 squared. My height is 5. And what do I get? I get 318.1. This is in centimeters cubed. And obviously, remember, after converting, remember what units you're working with now. And so you express those units. So if you converted this one to millimeters, then that will come out as millimeters cubed. Right? So moving on to surface area. Is equal to 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. That's for a full cylinder with the top and the bottom circular face, right? So I put 2 pi, 4.5 for my radius, I square it. 4.5 for my radius. I don't square it in this side, right? And then what is my height? It's 5. So what does this all give us? 2 pi 4.5 squared I get 268.6 centimeters squared. And that's it. Take you through it again. What was different about this question is that we had two different units. So what you needed to do is you needed to first convert millimeters to centimeters and then use that unit to work with it, right? Obviously, that is a diameter. You need to half it first, get the millimeter value, convert that value into centimeters. I get 4.5 as my radius. Substitute that radius, substitute the height there, get 318.1 centimeters cubed for the volume. And when I substitute for surface area, I get 268.6. So that is all on cylinders. Watch the first video if you want to know where the formulas are coming from. And so yeah, thank you guys.